Good morning, my name's Andy Coles. I'm a councillor for Fletton and Woodston ward in Peterborough City Council, and today I'm in the Dell on my ward with Darryl Preston, who's the Police and Crime Commissioner candidate for the Conservatives in the upcoming elections. A reason that we've come here is that, as you can see behind me, there's been a bit of an arson here at this property. In fact, 2 flats were damaged by fire last month. The worry that I had when I saw this is that this isn't the only incident we've had here. Over the last calendar year, there's been something like 14 fires in the area. One of the flats behind me was up for renovation, but the second one had been occupied by an elderly person. Now, had they been in, the fire damage that was caused and the smoke that was caused would have no doubt taken their life. So this was potentially a fatal fire. It's extremely dangerous. And would you believe it, I come back today to see that we have just outside the premises a whole load of old furniture lying there. Clearly this is a serious problem in that we have what amounts to fly tipping of flammable materials right outside an area where we know there's been a whole series of arsons. If you look behind me, you can see that there's a sign, Arson Watch. Now, about 6 weeks ago I came down here with the police officers, with fire officers, with council enforcement, and we had a look around the area to see what had been going on. We spoke to a number of the residents, and I made some proposals for recommendations for change. For example, you can see the greenery here. It shields anyone who might want to have a look at a fire taking place. We did have a whole load of bins out here, which is what gets set on fire. Thankfully, they've all been removed by Cross Keys Homes that own the properties. And we've also got other issues here of effectively young people being able to play on what is waste ground here and being able to get up to mischief because you can't actually see what they're doing because of the undergrowth. I think the key to this is to make sure that all the different agencies work together, and so far not everything has worked as far as I would have liked. I would have liked to have seen this area cleared by now, but it hasn't been. I need to reassure the local residents that all the agencies working together are going to resolve this particular problem. So I thought I'd bring the Police and Crime Commissioner candidate down to have a look at this sort of problem and to see what he can suggest in terms of how we would deal with these interagency bits of work, whether the community safety partnerships are really doing their job. Darryl, over to you.
So there's 2 things I want to talk about really. You talk about deterrent and you talk about people being reassured. And I think that's really important. So firstly, my main priority, number 1 priority, is more police officers. More police officers acting as a deterrent for these sort of crimes and offences, but strongly enforcing the law when they can as well. The police can't do this on their own, and it absolutely needs a joined up, multi-agency approach. Now, the Police and Crime Commissioner does, within legislation, have powers to make these things happen. They're convening powers. Powers to bring together all the different agencies to look at local solutions to local problems. If elected, I would make sure that the community safety partnerships here in Peterborough and across the whole of Cambridgeshire are strengthened and supported. And I'll make funds available to do that, and where they're working well, we need to learn the lessons of how to make sure it works well everywhere so that all of our communities can rest assured, stay safe where they are, particularly in their own homes.